face the music and do the time.
Good evening, New Cumberland, and this is Mariana. Welcome to the Watchdog Report here at the Boiling Point. And tonight we will be howling out some truths. Let me tell you, what a day! What a day that we have today. So, today I was doing, what I normally do every day and busy getting some things done. And all of a sudden, at a certain point, my phone is binging and banging. And I'm saying to myself, what in the world's going on? So I go to my phone and I see that some of the conservative parents in Cumberland County were confronting Team Mickles and some of the libtards out this way. And the whole commotion, the whole meltdown that Team Mickle was having today was in reference to the post that we put up yesterday. Okay. In reference to Terry Mickle being part of the voter education PA, aligning with their values. Okay. Aligning with the values of trying to silence the parents and going against parental rights, and her not being in agreement with the library policy that the school board is trying to get approved, and they're working to get approved to protect our children from further smut. And what really gave me a giggle was that um, Abigail Turney, Jezebel herself, joins into the battle. Okay. Now, Jezebel's issue was the picture in the bottom of the book of Jen McQueer. We don't have that book in the library catalog. And if it's not in the catalog, it's not in our schools. And you made a comment to the effect of questioning my credibility. Well, Abigail knows that that book is in the school. And I'll say it again, that book as of last year was found in Cedar Cliff High School, and it was hidden in Catherine Yo's classroom. Okay, and they have a little library there, and the book was in there. Not only that, we took it a little further. The parents, we started asking the children, okay, in the schools, okay, the children of different family members that we knew, and the book, despite okay the lies that Abigail Turney is trying to spin and has been trying to spin now for years, have been in the schools in West Shore District, specifically in Cedar Cliff, because I saw it myself. Okay. So we have Jezebel in the mix, okay, making a little snotty comments. And the parents were pushing back because you know what? I am so proud that the conservative parents in the conservative community are saying enough is enough. I was so proud of them because, enough of the bullying and enough of the gaslighting and enough of the lies to try to state that this person here, the pickle, is going to be the one protecting your kids from sexualization when she wants to keep these books in the school. And she's also aligned with taxing you to the max. Really, people? And we all know how these books got into the school, do we not? Ask the guys whites, they know. They know. So, kudos to these parents. Kudos for fighting back and putting the truth out there, because enough is enough. Now, like I stated, Terry, aligns with the values or lack of values of the voter education PA. And listen, the fact of the matter is that if you guys vote this woman in, okay, you might as well pull your kids out of the public school system here in the West Shore School District and put them in cyber schools, okay? Put them in charter schools, put them in private schools, homeschool if you can, but get them out of the West Shore School District, because she is going to finish destroying the West Shore School District. And you can tell that by the people that she aligns herself with. Okay. Now, I was also extremely, extremely proud of Mrs. Brent. Mrs. Brent made a very clear and direct statement about this whole situation. And you know what? This is a woman that has faced this mob here, have faced a frivolous and bogus lawsuit. Okay, and they're like, "Oh, well, look at the deposition papers. Look at the deposition paper because we posted the deposition papers." Well, I have the deposition papers, all of them. I had them before they did. Okay, I had it before they did. Now, I took it to prove a point that Jezebel has been involved in this whole mess and orchestrated this whole mess. Okay, so I show you guys that, but I have them. But you know what they won't say is this: the truth of the matter is this, that if the board settled, the conservative five settled, was because these nitwits, the left, asked them to settle. And the funny thing about it was that they asked them to settle so that they didn't have to go through a deposition process because they were lying and that both crapola and that they were lying and that they were politically based. All right. Now, I would have liked to seen it go all the way, me personally. Okay, but I have to respect their decision of settling. And it wasn't because of fear, and it was they had anything to hide, and it wasn't because they did anything wrong. It was because they were thinking of you, the taxpayer, and did not want you to foot this spell. But Terry Mickle's team, because some people in her team that are working for her that were part of that lawsuit, they could care less if you were, if you were stuck with the bill. Huh. Even funnier, after everything was even said and done, they were doing a little charity here. Please help us pay the the bill that remained, the invoice that remained for the lawyer because we have no money, kind of a deal. And I'm saying to myself, so they cost the school district 100,000 plus, and they still want more money. So that's for a later date, guys. But let's talk about Mrs. Brent. Mrs. Brent was really, I mean, direct today. And so she put out a statement today that it's very direct, very transparent, very to the point, and I am so proud of her. And I am going to read this statement, okay? So it says significant speculation has arisen regarding the presence of graphic, indecent, or pornographic material within our school libraries. To obtain a definite answer, I reached out to Mr. Matthew Gay, Assistant Superintendent of the West Shore School District. He confirmed that such books are, in fact, available in the libraries. I thank you, Mr. Gay, for saying it, because for years we've had that boss of yours, Todd Stotts, the taco eating dragon, and Brian Geiswhite and Abigail Tierney, okay, and all the veteran school board members going, we don't have this in the West Shore School District. Mrs. Reed and all these parents and Mrs. Harmon and Mrs. Gonzalez and Mrs. Dugan, they're all lying. They're all lying. Oh, we don't have them. Yeah, we do. Thank you, Mr. Gay, for being honest. Okay, he confirmed that such books are, in fact, available in the libraries. They are accessible through the district's online library database by searching either title or author. These are the very books from which excerpts were read aloud during a recent school board meeting. And that school board meeting was in June. It was on June 19th. You can always go back to the West Shore School District web page and go under board meetings, and you should be able to access the video yourself and read it. Okay. We are actively drafting a decency standard policy, which we anticipate bringing forth for approval within the next month. My opponent, Terry Mickle, has openly supported the continued presence of these materials in our libraries and their availability to the students. And that is correct. That is an actual factual statement because I have heard her say it myself in the school board meetings. Not in those words, okay, because she's very careful how she phrases things, okay, as we saw, in the last slide, but she is actively supporting these books in our schools, okay, and the continued presence in our schools. She further insists that parents should simply trust the administration and librarians to do their jobs. Yet, the confirmed existence of these books in our schools demonstrate a serious lapse in oversight and judgment. Fact. Exposing children to pornographic material at an early age carries profound and damaging consequences. Young minds are still in the process of forming their understanding of relationships, personal boundaries, and human dignity. Pornography distorts those foundations by normalizing exploitation, objectification, and hypersexualization. It can prematurely sexualize children, confuse their sense of morality, and erode their ability to distinguish between healthy relationships and destructive behavior. That is correct. The research is clear. Early exposure to explicit sexual context is linked to higher rates of risky behavior, desensitization to violence, diminished respect for self and others, gender or sexual confusion, and significant emotional distress. At its core, it undermines the role of parents and educators by replacing guidance with harmful imagery that shapes thought patterns in ways that can take years to undo. Schools should be places where curiosity is nurtured, talents are developed, and character is strengthened, not where inappropriate material compromises the growth of the very students we are entrusted to protect. And I love the way she ended this. We are not the same. Vote accordingly. Kelly Brent. Kudos to Mrs. Brent. Kudos, okay, for saying what needed to be said. That takes bravery, that takes backbone. And those are the words of an honest woman, a woman that is fighting to keep your children safe. So I encourage you guys to always research who the candidates are. Vote your values, vote your morality, because if you don't protect your children, who will? Because Terry Mickle's not the one. It's not going to be the one to protect your kids. I guarantee you that. Okay, because we see that with the things that she's saying. So come November, you guys have to really sit down and you guys really have to analyze. Okay, what decision you're going to make this November? Are you going to allow the left to continue to control this board and continue to harm our kids, their development, their growth, and their education? Or are you going to finally put your foot down and say, enough is enough? We don't want this garbage in our school. We want candidates, okay, that are going to protect our kids, candidates of value, candidates who have morality. And it doesn't have to be, let's say, your religion. It doesn't have to be, your conservative youth, but somebody that has two peas for a brain and has common sense. So, that being stated, our school district is at risk. If you do not show up on November 2nd and vote, and vote the right way for Kelly Brent, kiss the West Shore School District goodbye. And at that point, just contact me or anybody that I've worked with in the last couple of years, and we will come up together with a list to provide you of cyber schools, charter schools, private, Christian schools, okay, that you can, or just private schools that you can enroll your child a education that will open doors for them in the future to reach their goals and dreams, okay? And their morality will not be compromised. It's time for us to say enough is enough. So the choice is yours. Either we're going to finish destroying the West Shore School District by voting people like Terry Mickle in, or we're going to make the right move, the right call, put the correct candidate in, which is Kelly Brent, and continue to clean out this district and this administration, and in the process, the library. The decision is yours, guys. But to the conservative parents that went to battle today, and to Mrs. Brent, kudos. I'm proud of you both. God bless. Oh, and by the way, Abby, because I know you're hearing this, you see them little pictures because you had a problem with the books. See those little pictures right here? Those were just some of the books that we found. And parents, go into those libraries, those online catalogs, okay? Look up your school and look up the books that are in your school. Because I sat down with a parent today and we did Allen Middle School. It's disgusting what we found. With that being stated, this is Mariana signing out. God bless.
Oh, I'm trapped again. And fate as always hasn't wrapped again. I always get caught in my life of sin, but I just keep on going back again. You know I'm lost again, when all I wanted was to find a friend, someone that I can always depend on to help me find my life again.